This week on Thinking Outside the Blox, we're joined by Lamont Moses, better known as Chef Smiley, owner and founder of Happy Face Catering. Chef Smiley is known for his outrageous flavors, diversified menus, and unique style of presentation. He's catered for many celebrities like Jimmy Rollins, Donovan McNabb, Michael Jordan, and many more. Join us as Chef Smiley gives us his recipe for success.
Now, Chef, honestly, I wish we could do a little bit more eating than talking.
Yeah.
But for our viewers, can you tell us what we got going on here?
Right now, we got the grilled asparagus and the Moscato cream sauce. We got the green bean medley. We got the glazed plantains up here in the Jamaican rum sauce. And we got the grilled fish and the white wine sauce, sweet and spicy garlic parmesan wings. Just a grub session, that's all it is. And then we're gonna have the grilled pineapple, grilled cantaloupe, and grilled watermelon with the balsamic vinegar with the cream, with the whipped cream drizzled on top for dessert as well too. So everything is coming fresh off the grill. I specialize in grill foods, smoked meats, and all that. We also have a raspberry jalapeno grilled chicken as well. So one of the things that I do being a caterer, I always try to make things convenient and put everything on trays ready to roll to the table.
Now, from what I understand, you actually tailor your menu to your client.
Exactly.
A lot of people don't do that. How do you go about doing that?
Well,
that's
you,
wonderful.
You gotta have
customer
diversity,
service.
and that's one of the things that why they call me the infusion man, because I infuse different cultures and spices. I can accommodate a lot of different ethnics of people, from Caribbean, Hawaiian, Asian, Italian, soul. You know, it's just so many different things that I can do. Right. And this is a natural agave nectar. We basically drizzle when it's ready for the plantains, which is now.
And it is sugar-free, I believe.
Yes, this is a natural sugar.
Natural sugar, okay.
That's
important.
Sweetener, but it's a natural sugar.
Okay.
So those are all the good things, and nothing like grilling off the fire, because you enhance the flame enhances the flavor of the food. Okay. You kind of left that one on there too long.
Okay.
But we got the grilled fish coming off, sweet and spicy garlic parmesan wings, and then right over here, got the smoked raspberry jalapeno chicken.
Wow.
About to jump off.
So I think I'll be
you just take a look at that. It's nice and tender. Every piece is the same. Ain't no difference. I ain't grabbed no special ones. Every piece is the same. So that's how we come when we come. And I have a lot of trophies for my smoked meats. I specialize in smoked meats. This particular meat was smoked over applewood. And I use the woods for the different flavors. So I use hickory, I use apple, and I use cherry. This particular meat was smoked over the applewood.
Now, we know you got a lot of fans out there, and I've even heard people refer to you as a caterer to the stars. How did that come about? Is that word of mouth? How did you get so popular with a lot of the celebrities? I know you do a lot of events with celebrities and personalities.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, actually, like some of my first celebrities was like Music Soul Child, more like the entertainment, the rappers and stuff like that. And then I did a job for Jimmy Rollins in a music studio, and he got me into the Phillies. So I got a 5-game contract, and that turned into a 55-game contract for the year.
Wow.
So I went from the Phillies to the Eagles. I got some of the Sixers players. I don't have no flyers, so I'm rooting for the Flyers.
We're working on the Flyers.
Yeah, we're working on the Flyers.
Get at them. Holler at them.
Get at me, chefsmiley.com. But one of the things that I pride myself on is that, you know, a lot of the jobs that I get from them are on short notice. Okay. So I even had like one-day notices where I actually produce 180 people, you know. So, but then again, the check is there too. So I don't mind stepping up to the plate to get that green, you know.
Right.
So the infusion is basically different cultures, spices, styles of cooking. It's not just the grill, deep frying, grilling, smoking. And a lot of times people are so used to one kind of food. You know, they go to catering events and they're so used to the antipastas and you know, the sandwiches and stuff like that. And I bring that different element. And as you've seen, we kind of just whipped all this up in like 45 to 50 minutes.
I'm
and
impressed.
Everything is almost ready to roll. You know, so that's where we at. But you know, as far as the entrepreneur, I always try to find new innovative ways to be a trendsetter. You know, it's important to be a trendsetter, because if you're above, you know, what's going on, people are not really grasping it, but they still grooving with it, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like the mango vinaigrette salad is, you know, with the fruit in it, kind of comes in at a whole nother angle. You know, we took the same mangoes, salsa and made the mango vinaigrette Cajun dressing and put the strawberries in there and made a really nice summery fresh salad and stuff like that. And that's the stuff that I like to be different and stand out about.
Now, you mentioned that you had an event with about 180 people. That's a very large event.
Correct.
Now, people see Chef Smiley, they see Happy Face Catering, they see the brand, they see you as the face of the organization. Can you talk a little bit about what goes on behind the scenes? Because you can't pull off a 180-person event with just yourself.
Correct, and I have my staff on speed dial. When I get events like that, I have an arsenal of 25 to 30 people that I text out one time, and whoever's available, they already know the routine, they know the drill. Either you're available or you're not. I don't need no stories.
Okay.
Either you're available or you're not. This is the time, this is the place, can you be there? And that's how we execute really quick, really fast on a short notice, because if you can't make it, that's fine. We just move on to the next.
Okay.
You know, so a lot of times, some people can't make it, so that's fine. I don't have no, I don't hold no grudges, nothing like that, because short notice is short notice, but they also get paid for short notice. So that's one of the things that actually I feel like I'm in my best element when I'm up against the gun like that. But see, so I got to figure out what can I make in 6 hours to be at his house for actually his event was like 40 people. So I did a lot of grilled foods, cut them up, quick beans, rice, stuff like that. Nothing that would take long. And everything was off the grill as opposed to smoking that would take a couple hours. So being quick on your feet is and that's one of the things I designed the Grub Sessions for. Because I put myself in training to be on the Food Network, which is CHOP. So I keep doing these Grub Sessions on short notice, and now I got to go to the supermarket, I got to figure out what I'm going to make. So it's like my way of training myself to be a quick thinker.
Now, in terms of traveling, are you just focused on dominating this area because you pretty much have this area locked down, or will you go
No, I
abroad?
actually travel all over. Right now I'm working on a proposal for a soul food restaurant at Miami South Beach, which is actually, I'm going to infuse a Latin and Caribbean vibe into, and one of the things that they wanted me to bring was this different element, and that's like I designed like fish and grits in a martini glass with a champagne cheese sauce. You know what I'm saying? That'd be an all-day dish. You can have that any time of the day, but it's actually a southern treat. The fish and grits is real big in the South, so that's some of the dishes that I'm bringing.
We'll be right back with more Chef Smiley.
See you in a few.
We would like to take a moment to recognize the contribution of Local 542 for providing opportunities for working men and women in the building and construction industry and educating workers on the benefits of union membership and collective bargaining for better work conditions.
Now, I can see there's a lot of work that goes into what you do. What gives you that drive? What keeps you going every morning when you wake up to be the best you can be?
Well, I always said to myself a long time ago, you only get what you put in. And if you ain't in pursuit of something, you get nothing. So, I know if I don't put the work in, then I ain't going to get it. And in order to be good at what you do, you have to apply yourself daily. Everywhere I go, I'm always thinking food. I'm always, I'm, food context and my conversation. And, they say, Dan, what you do, dream about food? Actually, I do. This is what I do because my life is all about food. And food is all about my life, and they both are interfused into each other. So as a result of that, this is what I do on a daily basis, whether I'm just home chilling, cooking with my daughter, or I'm out doing a job for the celebrities. Either way, it's all about the cooking.
Now, in terms of marketing yourself and building your brand, I noticed that you use social media to your advantage, Facebook and so forth. How's that working out for you?
Well, actually, that's extremely well because I get 425 visitors average a month to my website, where I get 3,000 visitors just on my Chef Smiley page per day. Because as a fan page, Facebook allows you to do the stats. So I'm doing, actually I was just on there the other day, I got 249,000 people since January the 1st has viewed my page. And that's only my Chef Smiley page, where I actually get more traffic to my Lamont Infusion Man page. So what I do is I produce recipes on there daily. I talk food talk. I got on my Chef Smiley page, I got kitchen talk. I got relationship recipes. I got things that's not just incorporated with food, but see, recipes can be used in anything. Is all about the ingredients. You know, ingredients is your character.
Yes.
So
indeed.
again, I can resort that to life. You know what I'm saying? So it goes back to not just the food, but the recipe. So I'm still talking food in a sense, but I'm talking about life now. So it's still a lot of times people say, "Damn, Chef, do you like Everest style?" So and that's the thing. I'm marketing myself, and it's indirectly marketing myself through them by talking about stuff like that. You know, because kitchen talk is like what we're doing now. It's kitchen talk. You know what I'm saying? And it could be about relationships. It can be about food. It can be about a one-on-one date. It can be about any of those things.
Now, I notice you do a lot of events. I mean, it's almost like a big presentation. It's almost like a concert. You know, as a chef, not many people do that. So I just want to commend you on branding yourself and doing something different and thinking outside the blocks. What are you looking to do different this coming year, or you have any plans to work with some new people? Or?
Well, the plan that I got in the making is the proposal that I'm working on for the Maserati Club in the South Beach, which is a soul food based club, but I'm giving it a Latin Caribbean twist. So that's the stuff that I'm coming up with, designing, like, you know, the Latins eat the whole red snapper deep fried. I'm kind of coming at it the same way, but slightly a little bit different with a little vibe of the soul. Or instead of the red sauce, I'm going to do a pineapple jerk sauce over top of the fish. So I got a couple things in the making with that. And they're actually really excited about me coming down. So I got to win the proposal first.
Now, everything is not easy. It's not the way they see it all the time. It's a lot of hard work. We mentioned that. What challenges as an entrepreneur have you had to overcome to build your Chef Smiley brand?
Well, one of the things that I'm challenged in now is the economy. You know, my business was based on dealing with a lot of companies, and I had a lot of accounts where a lot of companies are not outsourcing their money anymore. The second challenge that I had, another portion of my business was through the ball players, right? So I had, you know, Javon Kurz, Lito Shepard, Donovan McNabb. So we talking, you know, $72,000 in revenue lost in the last year and a half. So now I have to redirect myself on how I market myself back into the mainstream, because they are no longer in the city, and that part is kind of dead. So now I'm remarketing myself back out to Facebook for weddings, you know, small parties, stuff like that, to get back in the flow. And then you eventually work yourself into getting contracts, maybe even a TV show, stuff like that.
Now, we know cooking is your talent. We know that's like you do it with your eyes closed. At what point did you know what, I can turn this into a business? What was the catalyst? What was the breaking point when you said, you know what, I need to blow this up?
Well, I actually used to buy houses, fix them up, and sell them. I started out as a carpenter. I had my own
entrepreneur
carpentry business at the age of 17. So by the time I was 22, I bought and sold 4 houses. But after each house that I would buy, I would have these parties. And everybody's like, yo, no, I'm wanted everybody to come in and see the glazed brick walls, the recessed lights. They're like, yo, who cooked the meatballs? You know what I'm saying? Like, yo. So it was like, oh man, ain't nobody even paid attention to my crib. So I kept having these parties, and it got to a point where like the party was like, I'm doing $2,700 off the parties, and I was only going to charge $700-800 for the house. So I said I might as well just have one party per month and max it out like that. So I did that for a year. And, you know, I pulled in some serious money doing that, and then actually went partnership on the club after that. And that's how, that was when it's a Unique Gentleman and Company, and we was throwing parties, and then I was the caterer. And then that went into Happy Face Catering.
Well, you're definitely an inspiration for a lot of our viewers out there. Any advice that you have that you could tell somebody that's thinking about going into business?
Well, one of the things that I would say to anybody out there is be true to yourself. You know, if you don't believe in yourself and you don't wake up and pay homage to yourself, then you'll never get where you want to be. You can't wake up and just say, I want to be a star, I want to be successful. You got to work for it, you know. And one of my mottos is, you know, you only get what you pursue in life. So if you ain't in pursuit, then don't expect to get it. And that would be my main thing. It don't matter whether you're selling peanuts, selling papers, you just got to be passionate about what you do. You know, and be willing to, you know, go over and beyond and not be the masses. You got to try to be different so that you can stand out.
I got you.
You know what I'm saying? And that's what entrepreneurs are about.
Absolutely.
You know, being different. You know, because if we were templated, we would have started a hot dog stand, or we would have started something that was already templated for us to do. You know, you can easily go in and get a Rita's water ice, and that's why they sell these franchises, because it's templated for you to come in and do the exact same thing. But I don't want to be amongst the masses. I want to be different. I want to be unique. I want to be eccentric, and that's what the infusion is about.
It's definitely important to set yourself apart. That's why we call our show Thinking Outside the Blocks, and you've definitely done that.
Yes.
Chef, This is a question that's been on my mind since we started. You mind if I get a little sample of this?
Yeah, ain't nothing like a sample. We're
How
going to
about-
set you up with the sweet and spicy garlic Parmesan wings.
Wow.
This is a homemade sauce, one of my sauces. I can't get a recipe out because I haven't marketed yet. But we let you be the judge. You know, it's smoked first, and then the sauce right on. That's why it's called Happy Face. That's why it's called Happy Face.
Let's go. This is Jameel Worthy, Chef Smiley, thinking outside the blocks, and we'll be right back.
Oh, yeah.
Up next, more Thinking Outside the Blocks with Cameron Washington.
Our next guest, many refer to as a Renaissance man. He is Cameron Washington, lifestyle expert, brand consultant, event planner, and much more. Join us as Cameron shows us how to live life with style and detail. I'd like to talk to you a little bit about cross-promotion.
Sure.
Cross-promotion is big nowadays. It's a way for businesses, especially new businesses, to piggyback off the energy of a lot of already successful businesses. Can we talk about that a little bit?
Absolutely. I definitely think that that is one of the main ways that any business will be successful is you have to think of ways to connect with companies that already have a very strong following or have tapped into a way to really market a successful business or enterprise. So I really think the first thing is to network. That's the only way you're going to meet people and to be able to connect with them. And you have to have a clear understanding of what it is you can offer their demographic. In order to make these connections, it has to be a win-win. But I definitely think cross-promoting in any way is going to escalate your clientele or your business because you're going to be able to reach people that maybe you normally wouldn't have. But because you have this connection to other businesses and that tie-in, it's going to allow them to feel comfortable with you as a brand.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense. As a fashion consultant, does that give you access to clothing lines before it gets out to the public?
Absolutely. A lot of times it does give us definitely great access, not even just before it comes out to the public, but period. Some things that may never come out to the public, they may be exclusive pieces. Definitely, and again, it goes back to cross-promotion and reaching out to people and being able to network so that you can say, you know, give me access to this new collection or this brand so that, you know, I can put it on this person that is a public figure or maybe seen in a magazine, which again, not only brings recognition to you as a stylist, but to the designer as well. So of course, there are definitely a lot of perks and benefits to it.
Okay, I'm sure. We've heard the cliche, clothes do make a man.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, as far as your position, what you want to convey, as far as your professionalism, can we talk a little bit about clothes as almost a costume or a way of having nonverbal communication?
Sure, absolutely. One of my biggest things is I think people see you before they hear you. And before you can even open your mouth, just by looking at you, people are already making up a perception of you in their mind. A lot of times, I think you know the phrase "don't judge a book by its cover," but a lot of times the cover is what's going to make you want to read that book. And so it is important that before they get to know you, before they know your story, that they're able to look at you and to some extent be able to tell what type of person you are. So absolutely, clothing plays a very, not just clothing, but just grooming period. Your exterior, it plays a very important part in telling people who you are and telling the story of what it is that you want to do. If that wasn't the case, then we would dress any way we wanted to for interviews. We wouldn't have to come in suits or for church or for anything. But those things are set in place because, again, just the mind of a human being, by looking at someone, you automatically begin to put a picture in your mind or a perception of them.
Okay, now, interior design, that is a part of your offering, which you offer some of your clients. Now, when I was growing up, I always thought a nice house was a big house. But as I got older and matured a little bit, I understood that it's not just about square footage. It's about how you lay it out. It's about your furniture, your choices of your colors, your different materials. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, absolutely. That's really the key to it. It's about doing what you can with the space that you have. In any space. I mean, I've walked into houses that are large, but because the decor wasn't right, you didn't get that feeling. Home should feel like home. It should bring a euphoric feeling when you walk in the door, because that's the place where you can escape from work, where you can escape from everything that's going on outside. So it is important. Colors, we don't realize, but in everything, in clothing and in home decor, colors play a lot in the way that we feel. in how comfortable we may feel. When you walk into a room that has earth tones and dark oranges or browns, you automatically feel relaxed and calm and neutral. If you walk into a room that has bright orange paint, you're going to feel excited or vibrant. So it is absolutely not about the space you have, but it's what you do with that space, and realizing that you can do it on a budget. It's very simple. It's just a matter of having a clear idea and a clear concept of what it is that you want it to look like and how you want it to make you feel.
Okay. Now, out of everything that you do offer, what are you most passionate about? Is it fashion? Is it the interior design, promotions? If you can narrow it down.
That's a hard question, but I'm gonna say that I'm most passionate about building my brand, period. About finding a way that I can not only offer one service, but I could come to you and say, you know what, I've styled you, but let's talk about your home. How's your home?
Now, many of us heard the cliche before, clothes do make a man. And I look at clothes as sort of a costume, so to speak, or a form of nonverbal communication to convey whatever kind of look, whether it's professional or casual. Can you talk a little bit about that?
I definitely think that clothes make a man or a woman. Because I feel, we say a lot in the phrase, don't judge a book by its cover, but really the cover is what's going to excite you to read the book. So it is definitely, people see you before they hear you. So before you even open your mouth, before you've had a chance to introduce yourself, people have already made up in their mind, whether they realize it or not, what they think of you based upon what they see. If that's the case, then we wouldn't have to dress professionally in any atmosphere, whether it be an interview or a party or even funerals or church. There have been these criteria, or the criteria that we have for how we need to look and present ourselves based upon the setting we're in. So it absolutely is a fact that clothes do make us, whether we want to agree with it or not. It's there for a purpose, and we have transitioned in our mind, and we have this mindset that what we see is what we feel we're going to get. And so, of course, sometimes we are surprised because we can't judge a book by its cover all the time. But in most cases, what you see is a reflection of how that person feels. You can tell when somebody's down or upset based upon how they're dressed. You can tell if someone is motivated or excited or going to a business meeting based upon what you see. So I totally agree with that clothes do make a man.
Now, out of everything that you do, and you do various different things for your clients, what is your passion? Like, what do you like the best to do out of everything?
That's a hard question to ask, and I get asked that question a lot. But my passion is being able to offer life services. And when I say that, I mean being able to bring in a client and not just offer them fashion consulting, but being able to totally be active in all of their life. So if it's planning their birthday party or their wedding, I'm planning their birthday party and wedding, but I'm also styling them for it. And after they're married, they're going to need someone to come in and set up their house for them and give them home decor. So it's really about going from not just one particular service, but being passionate to being able to really transform and transition somebody's life to be everything that they need, again, from their clothing to how they feel, to their home, to their event, or even branding themselves personally or in business. So my passion is really being able to take in a client and be consistently with them in any part of their life.
I'd like to talk a little bit about your book.
Okay.
What I liked about the book personally is that it gave the common person the impression that they didn't have to be a wealthy superstar or celebrity to live a nice lifestyle.
Absolutely.
Can you talk a little bit about your book?
That's really the concept behind the book. Realizing, I talk in the first chapter in the introduction that that's where I found myself. Back a few years, I was upset or depressed because I felt like I had so much I wanted to do. I wanted to live a certain life. I wanted my home to look a certain way. I wanted to be successful, but I realized that I didn't always have the resources based upon what I saw on TV or in magazines to make me feel like I would achieve that. And so I had to make a decision. I could either stay upset, or I could use what I had around me, use the resources I had, and use the talents I had to bring what I thought would be a happy and successful life to myself. And that's really what I talk about through the book, and I use my personal experiences in each of the chapters to show you that, you may not be the Kardashians, or you may not be Beyonce and Jay-Z, but there's something that you have inside of you. There's something that is around you wherever you are that you can live a life of style and detail. And that's the mantra behind the book, is live your life with style and detail, whether you're in a studio apartment or whether you're in a 6-bedroom house. Anything that you can do to bring euphoria, to bring excitement, to bring style and detail, use what's around you and make the best of it.
Okay. For those of us in the audience that are looking to start their own business, do you have any advice that you can give them?
Make sure you have a clear concept of what you want to do. Make sure that you understand what it is you can do and what you can offer, because there's nothing worse than being in a position where you present to be able to give whatever you can give and say the sky's the limit, but when you have those clients that approach you, you're not able to deliver. One bad client is more than you should ever have, because that one person knows 6 or 7 other people, and they're going to spread the word, especially now with the websites and the sites where you can go on and post comments. You know, any bad experience that you give a client could potentially ruin your business. So I would definitely say be consistent, make sure you have a clear idea of what you can deliver, because if not, you'll continue to spin your wheels. People want to feel secure when they come to you. They want to know that you are the end all be all for them, that once they found you, that they can entrust you with whatever service you're providing them, outside of event planning, whatever it is. If you're a housekeeper or if you have a cleaning service, then you need to be the best housekeeping and cleaning service that there is. And consistency. People want to know that when they need you, they can find you, and that every time they come to you, you present the same service. And I really think that's what people are looking for now in businesses, is they want to feel like that once they find you, that you are what they need, and they can continue to go to you. They want to have an ongoing relationship.
Right, but definitely being the best, I hope is the message that we're hearing, definitely.
Absolutely.
Now, if I can just say, hypothetically, I'm your client, and I'm looking for a fashion consultant.
Okay.
Okay. What style would you go with me, or what do you think?
Well, what's your style? Well, tell me what you have in mind.
Well, I was thinking something along the lines of the Black James Bond. James Bond.